Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. You've probably heard the rumors swirling around the NFL lately. And if you're an Atlanta Falcons supporter, you know just how crucial every move is as we push toward the postseason. But right now, there's a buzz that could really shake things up, especially for our division rivals and more importantly for us. Word is that the Seattle Seahawks might be willing to part ways with cornerback Devon Witherspoon, and that's a game changer. Yeah, you heard that right. The Seahawks, who are currently sitting at 7-7 but have a lot of cap space, are reportedly eyeing a trade that could send Witherspoon to Atlanta in exchange for a second-round pick and a third-round pick. And trust me, this isn't just idle speculation. Sources close to the league are signaling that this deal is very much on the table, and it's a move that could dramatically alter the Falcons' secondary. Let's talk about Witherspoon because he's a player who's been making waves since he entered the league. At just 25 years old, he's already established himself as a shutdown corner, a true ball hawk with a career total of 12 interceptions, 50 pass deflections, and a lifetime PFF coverage grade of 93. That's elite stuff. What makes Witherspoon so valuable isn't just his ability to lock down receivers, but his versatility in coverage and his knack for making plays when it counts. He's been a two-time All-Pro, and his numbers reflect a corner who's not only good at covering, but also at limiting the big plays. His allowed completion percentage sits at just 52%, and he's among the top 3 in contested catch rate at 58.4%. That's the kind of lockdown ability that can turn a defense from good to great. Last season, Witherspoon posted a PFF overall grade of 95.8, ranking among the top cornerbacks in the league with 7 interceptions and 21 pass deflections. His coverage grade was an impressive 94.6, and his pass rush metrics at 92. One show a player who's also disruptive when rushing the passer. What's more, he maintains an interception rate of 8.2% per target and a positive EPA per target of plus 0.31, meaning he's not just making plays, but also consistently preventing big gains. And crucially, he's been remarkably durable, with 0 injuries so far in his career. That kind of reliability is vital as teams look to build winning defenses. Now, the Seahawks are clearly in a bit of a transition phase. They've been selling some of their defensive instincts to rebuild through draft picks, and the focus seems to be shifting towards developing young talent like Tariq Woolen, who's also been performing at an elite level with a PFF grade of 86.9. After a shaky offensive line that has surrendered 43 sacks this season, Seattle is prioritizing their pass rush and secondary, and perhaps they see Witherspoon as a valuable trade chip to replenish their draft stock. It's a classic rebuild move, and they're willing to gamble that adding more picks now will pay off later. For the Falcons, this potential trade couldn't come at a better time. Our secondary has been a work in progress, especially when it comes to defending deep passes. We've seen games where opponents have sliced through us with long throws, exposing vulnerabilities that could be exploited in the playoffs. Adding Witherspoon would provide an instant upgrade, turning our cornerback duo into a true lockdown unit. With A.J. Terrell already anchoring our secondary, pairing him with a player of Witherspoon's caliber would elevate our pass defense to a whole new level. It's all about creating that formidable back end that can stifle even the most explosive offenses. The numbers speak volumes. When we combine Witherspoon with Terrell, our defense could see a massive jump in efficiency. Currently, the Falcons are allowing around 230 passing yards per game, but with Witherspoon's addition, that number could drop to about 190 yards. That's a 30% reduction, which is huge when you're trying to contain teams with strong passing attacks. This improvement would translate directly into more wins, especially against divisional rivals who like to air it out. It's not just about stopping passes, it's about reducing the deep threats that have haunted us this season, cutting them down by around 20%. This kind of upgrade is similar to the trade that the Browns made for Ward in 2025, which significantly boosted their secondary and added about 13 more interceptions that season. Looking ahead to the playoffs, the impact of acquiring Witherspoon could be even more pronounced. He's already shown he can be a game changer, with 9 interceptions after the trade deadline this season. His knack for creating turnovers and making plays in critical moments makes him an ideal fit for our playoff push. In fact, his performance in Week 15 earned him a PFF game grade of 97. 2. And he's projected to boost our win probability against air-heavy teams like the Saints, who average 265 passing yards per game. With Witherspoon on our roster, the Falcons could see their chances of advancing deepen significantly. It's no exaggeration to say that he's becoming an X-factor, especially in high-stakes games, where his 9.8% interception rate per target in the playoffs could be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. From a strategic standpoint, this trade would also align with our overall team-building philosophy. The Falcons are already investing heavily in the trenches, with a cap space of around $68 million to add more pass rushers and strengthen the front seven. Strengthening the secondary with a player like Witherspoon complements that approach perfectly. It creates a balanced, aggressive defense capable of shutting down both the run and the pass, which is exactly what you need when facing the league's best offenses in the postseason. And with the Seahawks being somewhat skeptical of their transition, moving Witherspoon makes sense for them, especially since they're also developing their younger corner, Woolen, and focusing on their pass rush. Now, let's not forget the big picture. This potential move could push the Falcons from being a good team to a true contender, especially in the NFC. Our division rivals are already feeling our heat, and adding Witherspoon would send a clear message that we're here to compete at the highest level. It's about making a statement, about showing that we're willing to do what it takes to bring another Super Bowl back to Atlanta. The odds at the start of the season might have been around plus 15, 0 for us to win it all. But with a move like this, those odds could shrink dramatically, maybe to around plus 500, signaling that the Falcons are serious contenders. And in the playoffs, Witherspoon's ability to create turnovers and shut down top receivers could be the X-factor that propels us to victory. So the big question now is, how will this all play out? Will the Seahawks really pull the trigger and send Witherspoon to Atlanta? If they do, it's a move that could redefine our defense, give us that extra edge we need, and bring us ever closer to another Super Bowl appearance. It's a bold move, but as Falcons fans, we know that sometimes, to win big, you have to take big risks. And right now, it feels like this trade could be just that, a game changer. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe grabbing Witherspoon is the move that takes us over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. We're all in this together, dreaming of that Super Bowl trophy returning to Atlanta. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news, and let's keep that passion alive as we chase greatness.